Hi there, this is Veena. A warm welcome to Patty Cake. Today we are making a delicious Goan lemon pickle recipe or lime pickle recipe, but the traditional way. It's sweet, it's sour, it's medium spicy. You'll love it. So let's get started. An important step for making any pickle is to see that all your equipment, the knife, the cutting board, bowls, etc. are all clean and dry. Here I have 300 grams of sour limes that I have washed well and dried with a clean kitchen towel. I'm going to show you two ways to make this traditional sweet and sour lime pickle. And with both methods, the lemon peel will be nice and soft and not hard and stiff like in the instant pickles where they boil the lime pieces for a long time in the masala mixture. For making lime pickle, the limes should be thin-skinned and juicy and not fully green. Now for both the methods I'll be showing you, we'll start by slicing off the peel at the stem end and then cutting the sour limes into 2 pieces each. We'll press each of the lime pieces lightly over a bowl to squeeze out the seeds and around half of the juice. Now in the traditional way, the pickle will be ready in 10 days. But I'm also going to tweak this method and show you a second, slightly quicker way to make the traditional lime pickle in 6 days. We'll start with the shorter method. Let's cut each squeezed half lime into 4 pieces. And then transfer them to a clean and dry steel, glass or plastic bowl. To the cut lime pieces, we'll add 3 teaspoons, that's 1 tablespoon of salt and 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Let's mix the cut lime pieces with the salt and turmeric powder using a clean, dry spoon, crushing the lime pieces lightly so that the salt and turmeric powder mix well with the lime pieces. We'll now transfer the lime pieces to a clean and dry steel vessel. We'll use this salty liquid that has separated later on. We need to steam the lime pieces in a regular steamer or in a steamer arrangement like this. We'll cover the lime vessel with a lid and cover the kadai too and steam the lime pieces for 20 minutes on medium-low heat to soften the peel of the limes. After 20 minutes, we'll take the lime pieces out of the steamer and let them cool completely. You can see the lime peel or skin has softened a little. We'll now transfer the steamed and cooled lime pieces along with any separated liquid to a clean and dry glass or ceramic bowl. You could also use a wide-mouthed glass bottle. Let's now strain the lime juice over these pieces and discard the seeds from the strainer. We'll also pour the small amount of salty liquid retained earlier over the lime pieces. Let's stir everything and then cover the bowl, or if you're using a glass bottle, fix the lid over it. Now you'll have to keep this in a safe, well-ventilated place in your house for the next 3 days, making sure to stir or shake the contents once or twice a day. I had started the second method, the completely traditional method, 4 days ago. After cutting the limes into 2 parts each, I had squeezed out the seeds and part of the juice, chopped the lime halves into 4 pieces each, mixed them with salt and turmeric powder, but then transferred the lime pieces along with the separated salty liquid directly to this clean and dry bottle without steaming them. After that, I strained the lime juice over the lime pieces and fixed the lid on the bottle. For the last 4 days, I have been shaking the contents of this bottle twice a day. I now have to continue this process for 3 more days. Meaning, in this method, the pickle needs 7 days to mature. In the first method, because of the steaming process involved, the time for maturing is reduced to just 3 days. I'll now see you after 3 days when both the batches of the lime pickle will be ready for proceeding to the next stage. After 3 days, the lime pieces have softened considerably. You can see how the texture of the peel has softened and changed after 3 days. And in this batch that had been allowed to mature for 7 days, the peel seems even softer. Let me show you how soft it is. We'll now move on to the second stage and mix in the spices and other ingredients. Here I have 2 glass bottles that I rinsed with soap water and washed thoroughly and drained and then sterilized by microwaving them for 2 minutes. I sterilized the lids in boiling water for 5 minutes and then drained and dried them. We'll start with the 3-day-old batch. Here I have 6 tablespoons of oil heating on a medium flame. To this, I'll add a 2-inch piece of crushed ginger and 12 medium-sized cloves of garlic that I had crushed. And saute these for a few seconds. We'll then add a 1/4 teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. This is optional. 2 teaspoons of roasted and ground cumin seeds. And 1 tablespoon of chilli powder. And then saute everything for a few seconds. And after that, we'll turn off the heat. We'll now add in half a cup of vinegar. Use any vinegar of your choice. And also 320 grams, that's 1.5 cups of granulated sugar that I had powdered. If you're going to measure the sugar, then measure it first and then powder it. Let's stir everything, turn on the heat again, setting it at medium, and continue stirring the mixture. When it comes to a boil, we'll reduce the heat and let the mix simmer for 2 minutes. And then add in the lime pieces along with any liquid that could have separated. Let's increase the heat to medium and keep stirring the mixture. Once it starts boiling again, we'll lower the heat and let the pickle simmer in the masala mixture for just 2 minutes. And then turn off the heat. After 5 minutes, we'll begin transferring the pickle along with some of the liquid to a sterilized glass bottle. Around half of the liquid will still remain in the vessel. Now let's turn on the heat and boil this liquid on low heat for 2 minutes till it thickens a little. We'll let it cool for a few minutes, and while it's still hot, we'll transfer it to the pickle bottle. Let's give the pickle a stir, wait for 5 minutes, and then fix the lid on the bottle. We are not canning the pickle, so you don't have to put the lid on when the pickle is boiling hot. Okay, we now have to let the pickle mature for 3 more days to let the lime pieces absorb all the flavors of the different ingredients. After that, it will be ready for use. But now, let's keep this aside and move on to the other batch, the 7-day-old batch. For this batch, I'm going to add in some additional pickle spices to give it a slightly different taste. In this vessel, I have 6 tablespoons of oil with the heat on medium. To it, I'll add the same quantity of crushed ginger and garlic as before and saute it for a few seconds. Next, let's add in a 1/4 teaspoon of hing, 2 teaspoons of roasted and ground cumin seeds, and 1.5 tablespoons of chilli powder. We are adding a little extra chilli powder in this recipe. Next, we'll add some regular pickle spices. We'll add 1 teaspoon of ajwain or carom seeds, half a teaspoon of roasted and ground methi seeds or fenugreek seeds, and 2 teaspoons of rai dal or split mustard. And saute the spices for a few seconds and turn off the heat. After that, I'll add half a cup of vinegar. Add any vinegar. Along with 280 grams or 1 and 1/3 cups of granulated sugar that I have powdered. Again, measure the sugar first and then powder it. Let's mix everything. And after that, like in the earlier method, let's turn on the heat again. Bring the mixture to a boil. Lower the heat and let it simmer for 2 minutes. And then add in the lime pieces along with any liquid that may have separated. Let's raise the heat to medium. And when the mixture starts boiling, lower the heat and cook the pickle for just 2 minutes. And then turn off the heat. After 5 minutes, like before, we'll transfer the pickle along with some of the liquid to a sterilized glass bottle. And then we'll turn on the heat. Let the liquid that's in the vessel simmer for 2 minutes to thicken it, and then turn off the heat. Then wait for a few minutes, and then while it's still hot, transfer it to the pickle bottle. I'll now give the pickle a stir, wait for 5 minutes, and then fix the lid on the bottle. Like the earlier pickle we bottled, we'll let this too mature for 3 days and then get ready to enjoy it. So let's check out our batches of pickle after 3 days. The moment of truth has arrived. So let's check out how our pickles are doing. You can see the layer of oil on both the pickles. Let's check this one out. Wow, looks so mouth-watering. Let me show you how soft the skin is. I told you, nice and soft. Let's check the other one. The one we matured for 7 days without steaming the limes, and which has the additional pickle spices. Wow, this one too looks so good. Let's check the peel. Absolutely soft. I'll transfer a little of both the pickles into bowls so you can have a better look at them. This pickle will stay good at room temperature for months if stored properly. But it would be best to store it in the fridge after 2 months if it lasts that long. So what do you think? Do let me know, and I'll be so happy to respond to your comments. Believe me, both the pickles we made are amazingly, mouth-wateringly delicious. You'll surely love them. And if you liked this video, do share it with family and friends. And yes, give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. And till we meet again, happy cooking!